Now, U.S. President Donald Trump has said that he has demanded about 7 countries to send warships to keep the Strait of Hormuz open. However, his appeals have brought no commitment as oil prices soared during the Iran war. The American president declined to name the countries that his administration is negotiating with to join a coalition to police the waterway. Now, speaking to reporters on Air Force One, he issued a warning to NATO. Let's listen in.
Remember, like as an example, in many cases, the NATO countries, we're always there for NATO. We're helping them with Ukraine. And many instruments got a notion that between us doesn't affect us, but we've helped them. It'd be interesting to see what country wouldn't help us with a very small endeavor, which is just keeping the strait open. And by comparison, it's small because Iran has very little firepower left.
In a brief interview with the Financial Times earlier, Trump said that NATO faces a very bad future if U.S. allies fail to open the strait. UK Prime Minister Keir Starmer has spoken to the U.S. president, and according to Downing Street, they have discussed the ongoing situation and the importance of reopening the strait to end the disruption to global shipping. But a report in The Telegraph suggests Starmer is refusing to send warships to help reopen the Strait of Hormuz. UK's Energy Secretary Ed Miliband has said that government was intensively looking at what could be done to open the strait, but refused to offer a firm commitment. Meanwhile, France and Germany have also signaled reluctance to answer the U.S. president's demand. But Trump insists it isn't giving up. Not only has he warned NATO, but also expressed on China to help in the opening of the Strait of Hormuz, saying his upcoming summit in Beijing with his Chinese counterpart Xi Jinping could be delayed. He said he would want to know Beijing's decision before the summit, noting that China, as well as many European countries, rely more than the U.S. on oil flowing from the Gulf.
Go back and look at what I said years ago. I said, why aren't we maintaining the Hormuz Strait when it's really there for China and many other countries? Why aren't they doing it? And that's because we had weak leadership, to be honest with you. But I'm bringing it up now. So I think even long term, I think it's something that other countries should help us with.
And well, to discuss more on West Asia war, we were earlier joined by Lynn O'Donnell, who is a journalist and an author. Let's listen to what she had to say on this.
I think, to be totally frank with you, I think that the Trump administration was not aware or willing to accept the potential consequences of taking action against Iran. I think that their military action last year, along with Israel, against Iran's nuclear program, for instance, puffed them up a little bit about what to expect in the event of a strike against Iran, and a lack of understanding of the very nature of the Iranian regime. As we've discussed before, survival is built into the strategic considerations of the Iranian regime. There is no we can't sugarcoat the nature of this regime, the way it treats its own people, its use of proxies. But it seems to me that the red gaming and the green gaming neither were taken into account by the Americans before they launched into this unilaterally. There is no suggestion that this was a legal war, and it was only after the fact that Trump came out and said, I was confident that the Iranians were about to strike, as if there had been some undercurrent of that, which, he only came out with that after the fact. So I think that what we're seeing is European and Asian countries that are as reliant as everybody else in the world on Gulf oil, really trying to hedge. The demands, the threats, very typical strategy.